Well, hello. Thank you for joining me for another demo. We've got a Let Them Trade. Yeah, it's just another demo. Tutorial part 1, the basics. Start map. Greetings! Welcome to Let Them Trade. I am the king, your monarch and sovereign. This clever little fellow at my shoulder is my most trusted advisor, Mr. Nuts. Squeak, squeak, squeak. He's a squirrel. Well said, Mr. Nuts. Yes, I have big plans to grow the economy in my domain, but I can't oversee everything personally. Feasts and balls are so time-intensive that I hardly find the time to do much else. That's why I'm looking for someone who is as hardworking as I am, and you look like just the right person. Let's learn how to play. Up in the top right of the screen, you will see the current main quest, side quests, and milestones. You'll be rewarded handsomely for completing these tasks that I set before you. Side quests and milestones are optional, but main quests must be completed to finish the scenario, so do pay attention. Firstly, let's learn how to move the camera. For extra information, click the arrow buttons to view the quest description. Pan forward, pan backwards. Okay. Q, E. There you go. Zoom in and out. Okay, it's time to build your first city. Cities are founded by first placing a city center. Select a city center in the Basics tab of the Build menu and place it on the highlighted tile. Awesome. City center. Okay, wait for the construction to finish. So there is a little bit of idleness with that. I got it. And thank you to the dev team so kindly for inviting me to play before the game was before the demo was fully released. I greatly appreciate it, though. You will see this video probably the day after the demo becomes available for everybody. Because that's my recording schedule. Build a new city for potatoes. Okay, now that you have founded a new city, you can place production and residential buildings on neighboring tiles. Start by placing 2 potato farms on green fertile soil and 2 peasant homes. Okay. Basics, peasants, potatoes. 1. 2. 2 peasants. Okay. Oh, peasants' homes are still being built. Mining over here. Look at him kicking his little feet. Okay, did you see the little guys with carts transporting resources to the building sites just then? These are city transporters. All resources must be transported from where they are produced to where they are consumed, and the transporters are responsible for doing so inside the city. When you are about to place a building, you will see arrows which indicate the distance which will need to be traveled by transporters. A city only has a limited amount of transporters, which means the bigger the city gets, the further the transporters will need to travel, and the more difficult it will be for them to keep up. You may have noticed that there are some gray unexplored tiles to the northeast of the castle. You can click on a scout icon above the knight in your castle, then set the flag next to the unexplored area. Oh, it's like they're wooden. What? That is adorable. Oh, wait. He's got to go all the way around. I'm sorry, dude. Oh. Oh my gosh. Guys, I'm so slow. It is a tabletop game set in a cute little nook. Let them train. That is so dang clever. Okay, he made it. I sped it. I fast forwarded a little for you guys. I am doing that, but it's acting like I'm not. There it goes. Okay, great. You found a forest tile. Let's found a new city next to the forest tile. Hey, you, come back here. Yeah, you had to go all the way back to the castle and come back, didn't you? Yeah, goof. Okay. Shadow mirror. I did. It's... hey. I did it. It's right here. We don't have any wool. I'm working on it, but okay, I think something has gone wrong. That's twice now. Okay. We will come back. Wait, cancel. Maybe basics. Maybe you wanted me to build 2 of them? Okay. Got it. Most resource buildings need to be placed on a specific type of tile to work. The lumberjack must be placed on a forest tile, and then will produce wood, like all production. Okay. But my question is, why did I need 2? Inhabitants have needs and wants, and this is reflected in the resources they consume. The inhabitants' needs are met, they will remain in the city. But if not, they will become unhappy and move out. It may then take a while for a new inhabitant to move in again, meaning the city will have a smaller workforce available in the meantime. The resources are broken up into groups, basic and luxury. Basic resources are the more important, and if they are missing, the inhabitants are very unhappy, and both basic resources are provided, then inhabitants will no longer move out and will fill out all the slots of the residential buildings, meaning the city has a full workforce available. Luxury resources provide extra happiness, but are not enough if the basics are missing. Besides making sure that the inhabitants don't move out, happiness is also important because inhabitants provide money to the city depending on their happiness. The happier the population, the more money a city will have to trade and purchase goods. Connect your cities with roads. Okay. I'm a little confused why it's doing it this way. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, no. I might have made a mistake, guys. There we go, we're fine. Each city has its own budget, which it will spend on buying resources from other cities, while also sell resources which it overproduces. Therefore, the prices of resources in the economy are determined by supply and gold. Managing the production and flow of resources in the economy, and therefore indirectly managing the prices, is vital for success. This is because on every trade you levy a trade tax of 25% on both cities. This is a primary source of income. I'm just gonna... in our little economy here in the first city, we'll produce potatoes and buy wood from the second city. We'll produce and buy... Okay. Okay, as I mentioned before, transporters move resources inside a city, whilst traders move resources between the cities. A city has a limited amount of either of those, meaning they can get overloaded if a lot must be moved at once. Cities can be upgraded, increasing the number of traders and transporters that they have at their disposal. City upgrades can be applied at any time, provided you have the required coins and resources. Slow down time. Speed up button is nice. Very good work. You have finished the first part of the tutorial. In part 2, you will learn about researching more advanced buildings as well as upgrades and modifications. I'll see you then. Next map. Greetings, my dear subject. After such a good showing, last time we decided that you have promise and to teach you another thing or two. Today we'll be learning about research, upgrades, and modifications. Before we start, however, we need to solve a little problem. I've been siphoning off a few coins from the infrastructure budget here and there to pay for my birthday party preparations. In times of austerity, a strong leader must make tough decisions and set priorities. You understand. Sadly, this has led to some minor unintended consequences, such as the complete and utter dilapidation reputation of the kingdom's bridges. Okay, connect all the cities. All right, basics. Very good. Now the cities will trade again. Whilst wood and potatoes are nice, we also want to produce other resources. For example, planks are a resource made from wood at the sawmill, required to build most buildings. However, before you can build a sawmill, you must research it in the research tree. Research is done in your castle. Okay. Thank you. Okay, open the resource. Okay. Sawmill is in research. I love how they're color-coded. Okay, let's fast forward it because it's taking forever. Alright, great. Now the sawmill has appeared in the build menu. Place it down at one of your cities. Probably this one, right? That would be the one that makes the most sense. Okay, besides researching new buildings, it's possible to research new upgrades. Once unlocked, these will allow you to select a production or residential building and upgrade it to a new level, improving its functionality and providing other benefits depending on the building and its level. Let's try it out on the lumberjacks. Alright. Okay, upgrading the lumberjack to level 2 will increase its output by a good amount. Okay. Okay. We've got tavern. Let's do a fishery. In addition to allowing you to level up your buildings, research upgrades will also unlock modifications. Modifications are different to upgrades in that they can be turned on and off at any time at no additional cost. Modifications are unique to every building and come in different types. Some provide bonuses depending on neighboring tiles, some change the building's inputs and outputs, and others change how many and what type of inhabitants may work or live there. Both production and residential buildings have modifications, but for now, let's test out the Forester modification for the Lumberjack, which was unlocked when you researched Lumberjack Level 2. Select a Lumberjack and click on the Forester modification to activate it. Very good. Last but not least for today, let's look at buying resources at your castle. As you may have noticed, it's set to auto buy. Your castle will send out traders to automatically purchase resources for the resource center and other castle buildings. In the resources tab of the castle UI, you can set the target storage amount. Okay. E. The clippy cloppy of the horse's hooves. Congratulations, you have finished the second part of the tutorial. I think I have the perfect little task for you, something small to get you started. Meet me on the next map when you're ready to get started on your first proper job. Welcome back, my dear subject. Welcome to your first real job. Isn't this place lovely? Trees, mountains, and the scent of salt in the air, and the ocean must be nearby. Do you know what would make this place even more beautiful? If it were economically productive. Today, your goal is to build up a basic economy with all the resources which the peasant inhabitant class needs: potatoes, wood, fish, and wool. I've built a research center and a provisioner to speed things up a bit. Let's get building. Okay. There are no cities here, so we're going to have to start from scratch. You know how this goes. Start with 2 cities, one which produces potatoes and one for wood. All right, so we will build here, I guess, and then here. Okay, now a happy population wants more than just a very few basics. They also want some luxuries. I, for example, cannot imagine life without my solid gold mother of pearl jacuzzi. It's these simple pleasures that keep you going after a hard day's work. In the case of peasants, their luxury resources are fish and wool. You will need to build 2 new cities, one for sheep farms and one for fisheries. Sheep farms can be built on any green, fertile soil tiles. Fisheries must be built on fishing ground tiles. Don't forget that these new buildings will need to be researched. First, send your knight out and go scout. I'll highlight a tile for you to show where the shoreline is. I think we actually kind of figured that out, though, didn't we? Potato sawmill. Okay, we'll do sheep farm next. Oh, I see. We need monies. Okay, the money's being, you can see it up here. We need monies. We need monies. Our dude is going all the way around exploring. I love it. So there is some idleness to this right now as we are waiting for money to be earned. And we saw that earlier too with the buildings being built. There's a little bit of a waiting, but we all know I love a good idle game too as well. Sometimes it's just really nice to have a game that's not like you don't have to be 100% always on. Sir Darian, you are working really hard in researching. Okay, fishery. Now, how do I know if I have enough workers? Okay, one more. We don't have any fish. I'm working on it. Calm down. Great! Congratulations! You now have an economy with the basic and luxury resources for the peasants. That was actually all I had planned for today, but it is so nice here. Now that there's this little lovely trade going on, I've decided that this would be a perfect place for me to build a holiday retreat. You know the type, a little tower where I can put my feet up and look out over my domain, watching all those people out there toiling in the dirt. What can I say? You've got to have your little hobbies. You don't mind doing a little overtime, do you? Great! For the tower, you're going to need a few extra resources, so don't forget to do a little more research. Okay, so we got the sheep farm. Quarry is up next. Which... did we have any? Gas for stone. So Darian, you were over here, we're just working super hard. Oh, you can see the progress of the research up here. I see. Okay. Peasants, let's see, basics. So we can't have any more town cities, which is fine. Look at Sir Darian, just wandering around doing his job. Urban development. Aristocrats. Interesting. But how do I get a tower? That wasn't what I actually meant to do. Okay, we are now done with that. Let's do upgrade peasants' homes. Okay, those are still working on upgrading. Basics peasants. Wheat farm. Okay, so I think I've got everything done. So now we can build, I think, a tower. And where should we build it? Here? Look at the tower. All right, let's zoom in real quick while we're waiting. Look at our little wooden... I love the art style. And I will admit, for you guys, the video will seem much shorter. For me, it's probably been... I don't know, let me look. It's already been an hour, but a lot of it was me just kind of standing or sitting and waiting for the game to build things. Or for research to be completed. So there is a idleness to it that you just need to be aware of. But again, I don't mind that. I can see where others would mind it, though. All right, very well done. This all looks fantastic. You really are a very handy person to have around. Hardworking, dedicated, and completely lacking any moral compunction about ruthlessly exploiting the natural world for material gain. That's all I have in store for you at the moment, but I do hope we'll be able to work together again. Until next time, toodaloo! And that is the end of the demo. It took me roughly about an hour and 24 minutes. Roughly 40 minutes of that was just me staring at, or actually me playing a mobile game on my phone while resources were being gathered. But there was a little bit of slowdown because I forgot to pay attention to see if I had enough workers, and I didn't, so that slowed me down. So that was on me. It took longer. But outside of that, I enjoyed it, actually, and I will keep an eye out for the full game. Thank you guys for keeping me company.